questions and to listen to your story. You have lots to tell us. Now, you told us you were born in 1913,
Mm-hmm.
and you had 7 brothers and sisters, and you were the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where were you born?
In Wood County, at what was known then as the Round Barn.
The Round Barn.
Boy, did I take a lot of guff from my playmates. I said, "You're born in the barn." That's the way this farm near Mermill, east of Mermill, about a quarter of a mile.
Norvall?
You know where Mermill is?
I do. I do. So you were born in Wood County. What did your parents do? Were they farmers?
Farmers, yeah.
Okay. What type of farming did they do? Was it crops or animals?
And corn, wheat, and oats.
Corn, wheat, and oats. Okay.
Cows and chickens and horses.
You were a busy boy then, weren't you? I bet you got started feeding the chickens when you were real young.
I remember when I was 5, I gathered eggs,
Okay.
and I wanted to milk cows like my older brother. No, your job is gathering eggs, so I stuck with that and finally milked cows, and for 20-some years until what I get?
Carpal tunnel.
Carpal tunnel. Now we call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not until I was in my 80s or 90s that it bothered, but it's,
But you just couldn't squeeze anymore.
yeah, yeah, worse than that. What do you call it?
Carpal tunnel.
Oh, yeah, carpal
It's a
tunnel.
little bone right inside here that
Yeah,
closes up.
yeah.
I worked on a dairy for a while too, but we had the milkers.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't have to squeeze like you did.
My dad got a milker after I left home.
Of course. Where did you go after you left home? Did you go in the military or school or?
I was going to ask me that. I went to Marion Business College
Marion
after
Business
school,
And what did you get for your degree? What did you study? Just business?
bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping.
And went later to Tiffany and went to work with Marathon.
You're a marathon man.
Or Ohio Oil.
It was Ohio Oil then, wasn't it?
And one of the older workers told me, young man, you keep your nose clean, you'll have a job until you retire. And he was right.
So you stayed with Marathon until you retired?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do when you finished up at Marathon? You started in bookkeeping.
The automotive
Manager?
An automotive, a fleet administrator.
I got it. Fleet administrator. They had a few vehicles too, didn't they?
Yeah. it was-
Trucks and cars.
Yeah, I wouldn't estimate it as in the thousands.
In the thousands.
All the equipment, moving equipment.
When did you retire, Norvall?
1976, 40 years after to the day
Oh.
that I started.
Sounds like you were ready to retire. When the day came, you were done.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. If it helps you with age-wise, I graduated in high school in '75. So you retired
Oh.
a year after I got out of high school. So I'm still a baby. My
yeah.
goodness. What did you do after you retired? Did you travel or
Yeah. Europe,
Europe?
Russia, and Japan, various places.
And this was with Ann that you traveled?
Yeah,
Is it A-N-N or A-N-N-E?
yeah,
A-N-N-E. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how long were you and Ann married?
About 51 years.
Any children?
Yes, we have one, Nicky Lobby.
You have one?
Yes, and another goddaughter, Rebecca Atchison, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe.
Front door? There's a chance that that's Sarah's sister from the museum.
Oh.
So you have two daughters then?
Yes,
Two daughters.
a lot of granddaughters.
A lot of granddaughters.
How many granddaughters?
I
You've lost count.
don't test me. It's not that many.
This is another young lady who's interested in what you have to say.
Oh,
This is Sarah. Say, yes,
You-
this
you
is
don't
Sarah.
know me. Hello, pleasure to meet you. I've heard you
Thank-
make a great martini.
I,
That's what
I
I've heard.
kind of off martinis now. Haven't had one for a couple weeks.
Uh-oh.
Your reputation precedes you.
What was your name again?
Sarah Sisser, and I am the executive director at the Historical Museum,
The what?
the Hancock Historical Museum.
She's at the museum over on Sandusky.
And I'm very interested in what you have to say today.
Sarah, we've talked a little bit about where he worked. He worked at Marathon Oil,
Okay.
and then he's been
When it was
with
Ohio.
one of
Oil.
Ohio Oil, and he was the fleet administrator when he retired
Okay.
in 1976. I was telling him I graduated from high school in '75, so that, and he's traveled a lot since then.
You have mentioned a very important part of my life
And what is that?
70 years ago in the infantry.
That's what I was asking if you were. All right, so we're gonna wait just a second.
Dave,
Ask him about his military life.
he attended the honor flight just last year.
Oh, fantastic!
He wore his army jacket to church on Memorial Day too.
I work with Deb Wickerham.
Pardon?
I work with Deb Wickerham from Honor Flight. Do
Oh,
you remember Deb, the feisty redhead who leads the flight?
yeah.
I work with her.
Set that here. Just
Yeah, that was some event. Yeah, that was really great.
So when did you go into the military?
In 42,
1942. So you're working at Ohio Oil. The war breaks out. Were you drafted or did you volunteer?
it was the draft, yeah.
Okay.
The president of Marathon Pipeline told my boss to make out the papers, and I said, it's my turn to go, I'm going. So I insulted the president of the company.
So you had a chance to stay, but you said no, it's your turn to go.
If you don't mind, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit and just make my introduction when I record this and say who I'm interviewing.
Speak loudly but toward him.
I joined my 3rd Infantry Division
Hang on just a
on
second.
Anzio and fought through to go to take Rome. Then we went in after that to make the biggest invasion in history, southern France. You could see back on our trip to southern France, see back in the greatest armada in history. All these big boats following us there, and hospital boats to take back the casualties, and other boats.
What beach did you hit?
Southern France,
Southern France? Was there
on the Mediterranean.
on the Mediterranean? Okay.
He was with Audie Murphy.
Yeah. Was a great event.
What did you do in the infantry? What was your job?
Job at that time was hit the beach.
mean, were you-
Incidentally, alongside of Audie Murphy.
Got it.
You heard him.
Oh yeah.
And
Were you a rifleman, a machine gunner? Or what was your job in the infantry?
rifleman.
Rifleman. Wow.
Eventually, of course, the combat went on all across France and into Germany.
So you went across France and then hit Germany also?
Right.
How many years did you serve?
About 5.
So you got out in 46, 47?
Yeah, 45. It was finished. I guess my time was short compared to the rest of my buddies that invaded at Casablanca and took all of northern Africa, and Sicily, and then Italy.
So you ended your tour in Germany then? And then got to come home?
Not that quick, but it was, no, it was, my biggest thrill, Hitler had been so hated by everybody, and I was with him. And the day that Hitler died, we took Munich. I had the honor of leading the troops of the army in Munich. It was a big day for me because I had dreams of being in the group that be taking Hitler, the most hated man in the world.
Wow. That's something to be proud of. What was your rank?
I was first sergeant at the
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah,
Well, congratulations.
there were quite a few events in this combat area that were significant, and I have a pistol, the same series that Hitler held to his gun and his heart head, and shot himself. The pill did not operate fast enough. He had one Walther, a big Walther in his hand, and a small one in his hand. He killed himself.
P.K. Walther?
Yeah, it's Walther.
Yeah, okay. So what did you do after Germany? Did you go other places then, or did they let you finally come home to Ann?
Got a chance on V-Day to get a pass to Germany or to London, and I just first time I had a pass in the army. But they always say I wasn't. I couldn't not make up. So I got rid of the job, and there wasn't so much to do. And what I did here in between during the combat was sometimes in a protected area to stand by for when the first sergeant was hit, and I'd take his place until one came from of the United States.
Well, that's great.
Field promotion, it sounds like.
Yeah. Did you get medals?
I don't know where his jacket is.
What medals did you get while you were there?
Well, the chief one, of course, is combat infantry. It's worn above all medals. And others were unit medals of important cities that we took while in France. And we didn't get credit for that. You remember the Normandy invasion? That preceded us. Our D-Day was August, and it had to follow the D-Day in Normandy, which was to attract Germans to that area, so that the main forces in southern France would draw them, would keep them from coming down, and our Air Force in between with these armies, German armies moving down the Rhone Valley, our Air Force took over, and when we got to that point, it was just dead horses and all kinds of equipment destroyed.
Because of our Air Force.
And our Air Force did that and cleared the way for us to take over like in that area and move on. And it was always such a pleasure to take a town. All the people would turn out and they'd be so happy, and girls would come around and give us a hug, and often the main man in the town would hold out a bottle of champagne for you to take with you. It was really vintage, I'd say, indescribable, similar to this reception we got on tour to Washington.
So eventually you got to come home?
What?
Eventually you got to come back to the States?
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Moved in with the family, I guess. Went back to work at Marathon.
Just picked up where you left off.
Yeah.
Ann was okay while you were gone? Or were you married to Ann before you left?
No, I met her afterwards.
Afterwards, all right. So you married Ann, then back to work.
Love at first sight.
Where did you meet her?
I hate to say this. I had a date with another friend, and she introduced me to her.
Very good. And it was love at first sight.
We both fell in love. It was a great marriage.
Sounds like it.
Married in Acapulco,
Oh, wow.
in Mexico, on Valentine's Day.
You're a romantic. So how long have you lived in Findlay then? Most of your life since you came back, or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except when we toured.
So it says when you traveled, yeah.
You were born here, Norvall?
What?
You were born in Findlay?
No. Wood County.
Wood County. Okay.
In the round barn.
On the worst flood in history for Wood County and Dayton, for instance, were two of the hardest hit. And Wood County so flat, water was this deep. I understand. So the doctor took his horse from Cherry City and delivered me.
Oh, wow.
the doctor that was supposed to deliver me was down in Dayton area that had the flood just as bad.
So he came in a boat to deliver you?
No, they can walk through a horse
Oh,
through
wow.
the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it was horse and buggy or just rode a horse. He probably rode a horse.
Yeah, I would think so.
And you grew up on a farm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what do you do
Milking
now in your
cows.
free time?
Milking cows every morning.
Yeah.
What do you do now to keep yourself busy?
Read.
Read?
Yeah. But local news, the courier comes before breakfast. And after I get that read, I go to the door. And the Wall Street Journal's there waiting for me.
All right.
It covers all the world news.
So what are some of the biggest things that you've seen along the way as changes? 1913. What technology or changes have you seen along the way that interest you?
I suppose it's computer and it's just about everything. They didn't have telephones when I was born. I mean, people in general didn't. Some of the rich people had a telephone.
But not you.
No.
And you didn't have TV. Yeah, but did you had radio? So you could listen on the radio?
Yeah, we had a radio with 3 knobs on it to tune it when
What did you listen to on the radio?
Amos and Andy was our favorite. Did you ever hear it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that tune runs through my head quite often. The perfect song, they called it. It was a simple song, one you'd remember.
I love it.
Did your family have a car when you were younger?
Oh, after we moved on the farm, my dad had to have a car, and he got a 1915 Model T Ford. And it was Ford's from then for a while. When that was worn out,
What was your first car?
Willie's. You
Willie?
ever hear of it?
The Jeep?
Willie's Night
No.
was made by Willie's and a Night engine.
I will have to look that one up. I haven't heard of that car.
Yeah. They had 2 different Night engines built, or 2 Night cars built. I forget what the other Night was, but it was one with inside sleeves that
Oh, okay.
could, it was pretty complicated. And they smoked. See smoke falling right down the highway.
They could see you coming.
Yeah.
All right.
pollution in a big way.
And then when was your first airplane flight? When did you get on an airplane for the first time?
I think once I went to New York on business.
With the oil company?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was still oil.
So like a DC-3? One of the prop planes?
Yes, prop plane. Mm-hmm.
So do you have your sister's 83, she's the baby.
She's 93.
93, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your sister's 93 and she's the
Mhm.
baby. Do you have other family around here? Your daughters and granddaughters, do they live around here?
Granddaughters.
Granddaughters live around you?
I told you about my daughter, Nikki Lobby. She was born in 42, 43, 43, yeah.
And when was your other daughter born?
Pardon?
When was your other daughter born? You have one daughter or two daughters?
Oh, she was born in 46.
One was born in 46.
Adopted, wouldn't call her adopted. She's, well, I guess that's what it is.
Okay. Well, Norville, I've asked all the questions I want. You've done well for me. I'm going to ask Sarah if she has any questions, but
Norville, what would be your greatest piece of advice for younger people? In your 102 years, what's your greatest piece of advice? I put you on the spot, huh?
I think you asked the wrong person. I didn't have that much of a divine life. Wasn't that I'm not in shape to give advice. I would say from 65 I could give advice for longevity. That's take an aspirin every day. Most of us have, or some of us anyhow, have blood that clots. And I asked my doctor, who's father of Dr. Kosiana, what he thought about it. He says, whatever you say, go ahead. So I took it aspirin a day the rest of my life. And I think it has done some good on the blood flow.
You don't think it had anything to do with the milk straight from the cow as a kid?
The what?
You don't think it had anything to do with the milk straight from the cow when you were a child? Or all the work you put in on the farm?
Yeah. I think somebody else, Joyce, could tell you better. But this constant milking at infants involves that finger, this finger, finally this one. And while you're relaxing on that, the next one over here is doing the same thing. And the repetitive motion is so taxing that this thumb works on all 5 fingers. And I think these farmers are so lucky they have a milking machine now. But here you are, squeeze once, squeeze over here. And that is repetitive twice a day.
How many cows?
I generally had about 3, and my brother had 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Been a church member.
What church do you attend?
Now it's just
St. John's.
St. John's.
why can't I say that? It's, say it again.
St. John's Lutheran.
St. John's Lutheran. For how many years? Have you been at the same church?
Since our marriage 50 years ago, yeah. And
He was Joyce's Sunday school teacher.
St. John's Lutheran.
What has been the biggest change in Findlay that you've seen? Findlay's growing a lot right now and changing. What do you think has been the greatest change here?
Well, I'm very aware of the marathon and the fact that they have subsidiaries. This is not the central location. They're located now in Houston. And the space it's going to take up, and I'm so proud to have been a marathon employee with all they've done in charity and making Findlay the town that it is. Marathon and Cooper have put it on the map.
And I got to the party late today, but you are 102 years old. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. When's your birthday?
April 2nd.
April 2nd. Okay. And it's Norvall Knouse. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And he was part of the honor flight.
And he was part of Honor Flight in 2014.
Joyce, you didn't tell me what we're in for. I enjoy all these people here.
Well, we're glad to be here.
Do you want to see his military jacket
Sure.
that he wore to church?
Yes.
Norval, where is your military jacket?
Where's what?
Your army jacket. Where's your army jacket hanging?
Oh,
She's looking for your military
Oh.
jacket.
You wore your army
it's in
jacket
this
to church.
first closet.
This room, okay.
Does it still fit? That's an
Just like
accomplishment.
when I went to church, I thought that was one of the girls said, no, let's just leave it on. Well, I think it was Joyce. Just leave it on. Well, I did. Here I sat my pew and it
Maybe
just
not with
would
that shirt. I'm not sure.
We can show it on camera.
There. How about that?
This is for the participation in General de Gaulle. Gave that Croix de Guerre, CROIXDEGUERRE, Cross of War. And over here we're taking a town of I can't pronounce the name, but it was a very important town in southern France. And this was for our participation in General de Gaulle's France. I can't tell you quite what it means.
That's all right. Can I take it from you?
I have the other.
This is your combat infantry badge.
What?
Combat infantry badge right here.
Yeah, one of them is the stars for the battle, 8 battles, a bronze star for 5, and 3 small stars for the.
And you were in 3rd Infantry Division, is that right?
They were 3rd Infantry. 3rd Infantry.
Do you know 3rd Infantry still wears this on their
Division.
uniform?
Uh-huh.
The 3rd Infantry Division still wears this on their uniform today for that battle.
This was for our entire participation in France was awarded.
Thank you, Norville.
You're welcome.
I'm honored to speak with you. Thank you. You
Well,
said you
I'm
wondered why we
honored
were
to
here.
have you. I'm glad that somebody thinks of the infantry. There is no great battle won in my time that the infantry wasn't the first one there. They had to do the killing. And I think another thing that I should mention to you, my proudest possession is a little pistol. When one time we were taking prisoners, taking a command post, and while my men were disarming the prisoners, one man that he wasn't the best behaved man got a machine gun and saw our German prisoner, German men walking out behind a place where we were up in the air, and he turned that machine gun loose on all these men, and I stopped him in a hurry and gave him a real talking to about Americans don't shoot people in the back. And this German commander, afterwards, motioned me to go with him. And of course, I was armed and he wasn't. And, I felt safe because if he's pulling anything fast, but he seemed so close to me that I went with him, went down to his quarters, and he handed me this pistol, and I was I'm so happy with I have it today. But you